Team India playing a cricket match in Pakistan? The mere mention of this proposal is enough to elicit disbelief and incredulity. How can India, a victim that has lost more of its people to Pakistan-sponsored terrorism than to any hazard, any crisis, or any war, engage in a sports contest on Pakistani soil? India has unequivocally stated on several occasions that Team India would not entertain an India-Pakistan match on Pakistani territory, no matter how much the country pleads, provokes, or even threatens.
You'll have to stop terror. We don't need Pakistan. Pakistan needs us.
भारतीय क्रिकेट जो है वो बिना पाकिस्तान की क्रिकेट के चल सकती है.
If talks and terror cannot go hand in hand, does Pakistan really think cricket will happen? Join us as we discuss why Pakistan is responsible for the near demise of the India-Pak cricket rivalry, and why, despite their threats and provocations, Pakistan is set to lose a whole lot more than the privilege of hosting a few cricket matches. The Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB, has threatened to boycott the 2023 Cricket World Cup, slated to be held in India in October and November, if the Indian cricket team doesn't visit them for the Asia Cup in September. A desperate Pakistan Cricket Board has also attempted to spin a narrative painting themselves as a victim, implying that India, the richest cricketing board globally, is wielding its monetary might by unjustly depriving the country of a level playing field. This allegation has been leveled despite a transparent administrative system in place with International Cricket Council and the ICC having the exclusive authority to make decisions.
The India-Pakistan game is the biggest game in town. It's bigger than Australia-England. It's bigger than India-Australia. How can we jeopardize that by a stubbornness, without reason, without explanation? India not coming to Pakistan.
This statement from the PCB chairman was devoid of both facts and reason. Firstly, India has, on several occasions, said that it is Pakistan's unrelenting support of terrorism that compelled India to sever almost all trade, cultural, and have minimum diplomatic ties with Pakistan. Secondly, why would other teams who are traveling to Pakistan after a long absence perceive Pakistan as dangerous if Islamabad's agendas were directed at India alone? Some say that this statement is an example of Pakistan's textbook tactics of attempting to score brownie points with the international community. Others believe that a cash-strapped Pakistani cricket board is attempting to secure a bailout, something the country is all too familiar with. There are also reports that Pakistan is set to lose an additional $3 million if India decides to not travel for the Asia Cup. On top of all, however, is the news that the Asian Cricket Council, the regional administrative body, is exploring the possibility of shifting the tournament to another country. The Asian Cricket Council could shift the Asia Cup to another country because of the escalating turbulence in Pakistani politics, which, according to many, may pose significant security challenges.
Well, Pakistan is a lost cause. You know, when the Sri Lankan team had gone there, there was bombing at the airport and then again at the stadium. Although we had a team from England going there and playing a series. But then it definitely is. Look at the turmoil that's happening at the moment because of Imran Khan. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and hence Pakistan is in terrible, it's in shambles. The entire country is bankrupt. I mean, leave alone talking about the Pakistan Cricket Board.
Instead of blaming others, in particular India, as is their pattern, Pakistan must be introspective and acknowledge that the current situation is the direct consequence of Pakistan's prolonged policy of providing platforms to terrorism. It wasn't long back that Pakistan had to wait for over a decade to host a test match. After a visiting Sri Lankan cricket team was attacked by Pak-born terrorists in 2009, the entire cricketing world was naturally extremely apprehensive, and countries refrained from traveling to Pakistan until 2019.
People said that, if we have people-to-people contact, if we have exchanges, if we have cricket matches, things will change. But it hasn't. So it has to be the military establishment of Pakistan who will have to take a call and decide that, well, you'll have to stop terror. We don't need Pakistan. Pakistan needs us.
Pakistan, however, has not learned from past mistakes. The country is still one of the most unsafe places in the world to organize an international event. There seems to always be a number of incidents that continually undermine public safety in Pakistan. With Pakistan's track record, how could an Indian team feel secure enough to venture into Pakistani territory? Indian Foreign Minister Dr. Jaishankar had categorically said during the recent SCO summit that India cannot establish a relationship with those who support terrorism.
Victims of terrorism do not sit together with perpetrators of terrorism to discuss terrorism. Victims of terrorism defend themselves, counter acts of terrorism, they call it out, they delegitimize it, and that is exactly what is happening.
Cricket is more than just a game in India. It is India's national obsession and an immense source of pride. Cricket has a profound socio-cultural, political, and financial impact on over 1 billion Indians on Indian soil and abroad. Cricket in India holds a status akin to religion. There was a time when an India-Pak cricket match would be cherished by every cricket enthusiast in the country and by observers world over. Pakistani-backed terror incidents have occurred for a long time. However, India is no longer willing to overlook Pakistani-backed attacks in the name of sport.
टीम इंडिया को नहीं वहाँ जाना चाहिए. उन्होंने आना हो तो आए, नहीं आना है तो हमें कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है, क्योंकि भारतीय टीम जो है वो भारतीय क्रिकेट जो है वो बिना पाकिस्तान की क्रिकेट के चल सकती है. पाकिस्तान की क्रिकेट को हो सकता है भारत की क्रिकेट की ज़रूरत हो, लेकिन इंडियन क्रिकेट को पाकिस्तान की क्रिकेट की ज़रूरत नहीं है.
When evaluating India's decision, be it from an ethical standpoint, through the considerations of public sentiment and national security, or simply assessing its symbolic significance, a resolute and unambiguous no has been and should be the only response. All Pakistan is left to stare at in this situation is yet another beatdown, this time involving more than just their cricket board.